Ready?
Everything okay?
Damn it! This is all your fault, Norman, you son of a...
Well, I know who you're not voting for in the next election. Sorry. I have a habit of making bad jokes in tense situations.
It was a good joke, Parker. Just a bit of an overreaction on my part.
No, don't worry. Why don't you take a break? I'll clean this up and get us ready for another test. So, hope you don't mind me asking, but it seems you and Norman have a bit of a history.
We were lab partners in college. Became friends. Decided to start a business. We both had visions of changing the world, just in different ways.
Wait, you were at Oscorp when it started?
I'm half the reason it's called Oscorp. In grad school, everyone called us the O's. Add Corp to that, and, well, it is a catchy name.
Well, why'd you leave?
Norman became more and more obsessed with genetics. He started a project I considered unethical. And there was this... Anyway, lawyers got involved. I chose to leave in exchange for a settlement. But that money didn't last very long. I've relied on grants ever since. If this project doesn't work...
Don't worry. It'll work. Let me just fix this up.
I'll brew some fresh coffee. Be sure to run a diagnostic on the control unit. Could be a short. Oh, why don't you do the honors this time?
I think we did it.
Next step, neural interface.
That's a lot of work for you to do by yourself. Sure you can handle it?
Apparently not, judging by today's debacle.
Because I still haven't found another job.
My funds are still...
I know. It's okay. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. What's a few bucks when you're trying to change the world, right?
to changing the world.
Missed call from MJ. Doctor, I need to go, but I'll be back later.
Don't worry, the work will still be here when you get back.
What's that? Hey, sorry I missed your call. We still on for dinner?
Dinner? Oh, yeah. I was calling you about something else, but yeah, we should talk over dinner.
Offer still stands for me to come over and cook.
Oh, really? Well, I like to take risks. I'm still out, but I'll grab some stuff at the store and let you know when I'm home.
Okay, talk soon. All right, dinner at MJ's. No expectations. It'll be hard to screw this one up. Guess I'll just freelance for a while until she calls. Felicia thinks she's toying with me, but I learned something in each of these scenes. Another cat. I think some big-time lawyer lives here. I bet she's after his client list to find new targets. Hate to admit it, but she's one smart cat.
I got an interesting tip today. Remember that barbaric beast named the Rhino? Apparently last night he almost escaped from his cell in the raft.
The jammer I whipped up to
Ground teams, this is Stable Control. What's our status at the yard? Checkpoint under attack by demons.
one of Howard's pigeons. Now there it goes. Hey, MJ.
All right, I picked up a bunch of stuff at the store. Can't wait to see what you come up with.
Swinging over now. Prepare to be amazed. Demons need a vacation or something. Dudes are way too high-strung.
Ground teams, this is stable control. What's our status at the yards?
Demons are firing on our APC.
Hey Pete, this lab monitors the health of marine life, and we've got a bunch of medicine on site if you need it. But the effects these diseases have, they are not something any living creature should go through.
Looks like there's a bacterial infection in the fish. I better take care of it before the food supply's contaminated. Found an antibacterial spray in the lab that should heal the fish. I just need to spray it over the water. And fast, before people start getting sick. First step, get to the docks. I bet whatever's in those barrels caused the problem. Gotta get him out of the water. Just call me your friendly neighborhood garbage man. These barrels are smarter than some of the guys I usually fight. Now that it's clear, this is a perfect spot to spray. If I spread it evenly, the water currents will take it far and wide. Gotta cover a wide area. The fish will spread it to other fish, which is good. There's not much for me to swing from further out. Based on the water currents, there's another area I need to hit. More barrels. Definitely the source of the bacteria. I'll get rid of them. Great thing about barrels, they don't shoot at me. The downside is, I don't think these barrels appreciate my quips. All clear to spray. Come on, fishy fishies. This is good for you. This is why I never had an aquarium. I bet someone calls this into Jameson as Spider-Man, water polluter. Okay, time to find a spot to scan my finny friends and make sure they're cured. All clean. Well, by the standards of the docks. We stopped an outbreak before it started. It'll be tough for Oscorp to argue this station isn't pulling its weight.
Need an update on the situation in Hell's Stacks.
Traffic control point Charlie taking fire from demons.
Nap time. Hi! We can fight, or, hear me out, we could barbecue. Whew, getting brisk out here. Better go in. And without further ado... MJ, I'm at location number 2. Can you believe these demons wear their masks just like walking around? Must make for confusing staff meetings.
I'll try to figure out their operation while you throw a wrench into it.
周边安全，我担心老大压力太大，但是还是照常指挥。
他给我们力量时，我们也给他力量。
他的能力还有限度吗？
都不是，他的力量更
Literally didn't see that coming.
这样，我劝你别一直问老板力量的问题，否则你会亲身体验到的。
为什么老板那么讨厌奥斯本？奥斯本威胁了他。谁在那儿吧？没有阻挠才能正义。有点不对劲，我们需要支援。 蜘蛛侠，干掉他！别让他成功！干掉他！
Oh, hey! You must be the JV team!
他什么时候学那个？榴弹！蜘蛛侠，你时机到了！上去！
Time for a shift change, huh? Good. These other guys, not impressing me.
好看，我没用。
Peter, that place is supposed to be a bespoke furniture manufacturer.
From what I can see, it's more like illegal weapons. And this might come as a shock, but I don't think they're really bespoke.
The hipster assassins are gonna be so disappointed.
It's not that I'm not glad to see more of you. It's... Oh, no, wait! It is that I'm not glad to see more of you.
我只在试探我的敌人。 别倒了！
More demons. I don't suppose we can settle this with some fruit pies.
你逃不了。先靠近他的装备。向上逼近！推开！发生什么？把他给我打满！
MJ, call the police. I've got the place secured.
Nice job. Anytime we can get guns off the street, it's a win.
Now here's a frightening thought. Oscorp does research and development for the military. Are the demons after experimental weapons? If I was a psychotic cult, I would be. I wonder where they got the idea. What highly visible figure has made a career out of fighting madmen with lethal experimental technology like flight suits, tectonic gauntlets, and gigantic scorpion tails? No, 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 don't say the name! I just ate.
Okay, so this station collects overflow data from all the others. Yeah, God forbid we waste Oscorp's server space. Anyway, do me a favor and make sure it's running smoothly, or everything these stations do is for nothing.
This isn't nearly enough server space. It's close to overloading. That'll trigger a purge, and everything Harry has will be lost. I can't let that happen. Wait. ESU has a backup server near here they never use. That can handle the excess data, but I'll need to realign the transmission dishes to make a link from here to there, fast. The active receiver's easy to find. Just have to get up there. Okay, now to find another link in the array. Got it. Just have to keep doing that. What's taking up all that space on Harry's servers? Looked like DNA sequencing, but that seems beyond the scope of the research stations. Focus, Pete. It won't matter what's on the server if it all gets erased.
Keep fighting the good fight, man.
Getting close. I should have recorded this! Should be in view of the ESU server now. Got it. Now I can initiate the data transfer if I hurry. Let's see. Good. This is for all the marbles. It's working! Everything stored successfully. Should be fine until I have Norman assign Harry some more server space. And he'll be glad to when he sees what the stations have been doing. There's a pigeon! It's getting away. This pigeon knows the city better than I do. Taking you home, buddy.
Profile performers are getting good.
Has anyone else heard reports of Spider-Man literally seeking out clouds of smog to swing through? Is this the behavior of a sane individual? I'll tell you what I think is going on here. When I was a lad, there was a problem with juvenile delinquents sniffing glue to get high. Knowing Spider-Man's weak moral character and thrill-seeking personality, I'd guess the same.
Look, I know you've been hacking into our crime system towers. I don't mind. In fact, I need your help. I think someone's jamming the system, and they must be using multiple jammers to cover the full frequency range. Could you take a look? If you help, I promise I won't tell anyone you're hacking us.
I prefer to call it sharing, but sure. Jammers emit a signal I can detect. Just need to swing through the financial district and hunt for a signal. Found a signal. Just need to follow it. Fisk's men. This is my shock space.
On the ground. We got this. You should run.
Gotta take out the jamming device. Shoddy workmanship. I just took out a jamming device. That do anything?
No, but like I said, there's probably a bunch of them.
Makes sense. I'll track him down. I wonder if Fisk's men had anything to do with the system going down in the first place. Aw, we had a jamming party and didn't invite me.
Open fire! Not a chance in hell, buddy! You're gonna have a bad day! Whoop his ass! Friggin' ballerina! Get down here! Stop him! Hope you got sharp.
Just need to get rid of the jammer. Gotta smash the jammer. Sometimes breaking stuff is the answer. And it's fun, too.
Spider-Man, it's working! I'm starting to get a weak signal. It's garbled, but I picked up something about Fisk and outfit.
Fisk was the kingpin of crime, but he didn't deal in knockoff fashion. The sooner the system is fixed, the sooner we know what they're planning. Got only one jammer left. Found you. Sweet dreams.
Rack him! Hey, there he is! How is he beating us? Get ready for some pain. Look out! I'm sick and tired of you. So am I. Smoke him! No! Get out! Back out! Mr. Fisk says hi!
Now I just need to wreck the jammer. Okay, that's the last of them. The system should be back online.
Spider-Man, the crime system's working again.
Great! Any more info on Fisk's men or those outfits?
No, but the system's reporting unauthorized activity down by the docks. I'm sending coordinates now.
I'll check it out. Gotta get to the docks before they escape. Guns. Enough firepower for a small army. Gotta find out what those guns are for.
I can't wait to try out this new ammo.
It was him.
Nighty night.
We'll need all the firepower we can get.
You really think this plan can work?
Dano.
Jail, out of jail. Boss is still the man. Who's there?
Snoring now.
Everyone knows not to mess with us.
Should've brought my Sudoku.
Hey! He's here!
You're in timeout. Now maybe I can figure out what's going on. Guns, prison guard uniforms, and spoofed ID cards. Sorry to spoil your prison break, guys.
The hell? I'm in an ass-kicking mood. You got Davey! Like him! Get out! No, not me. Alive or dead, this doesn't care.
Looks like New York's finest have it from here.
Everything's clear on my end, too. Thanks for restoring the system, Spider-Man. I won't tell anyone you're piggybacking on it, but if you get caught, you're on your own.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to delete my selfies from the crime system servers.
Not long ago, the demons committed another heinous act of terrorism when they took a tour bus and all of its occupants hostage. We have one of those occupants here with us now, a Mrs. Edna Packer of Edina, Minnesota. What happened, ma'am?
Well, these horrible men in masks came on board with guns and held us all hostage. I thought I'd never see my kids again. And then the police saved us, and Spider-Man, of course. He was so brave.
Mrs. Packer, I am so glad you're safe. And also, that I can enlighten you about Spider-Man. You're from out of town, so you don't know what a menace he is.
But he saved me and my husband.
But look at the big picture. Do you have these kind of crimes in Edina?
Oh, certainly not.
And do you have Spider-Man in Edina?
No.
And that is not a coincidence. You're welcome, Mrs. Packer. I consider explaining these things a public service.
Felicia's keeping busy, but I'm catching up. Let's see where she hit this time. Meow. Cornelius Van Lunt's place. She's hitting places full of one-of-a-kind valuables. She must be working for someone. Otherwise, why not just steal cash?
This is Control. Boss wants a status update on 2 bridges. Over.
Demons are firing
Good shot. Reckon I'll help the guys who didn't blow up City Hall. Hey, I'm not with those guys, but I'm still gonna kick your butt. Is that my fan club? Or more demons? To find a way to stop the demons for good.
Your assistance wasn't necessary.
But it was fun.
Break-in in progress. Officers needed south of Houston. You're my hero.
Wow, you all forgot your keys?
You ain't so tough.
Look at it this way. If I'd actually let you break in, you'd be going away for a lot longer.
Folks, you've heard me express grave concerns about the risk to civil liberties posed by the police department's crime system and their omnipresent towers. But at least the intention is to stop crimes. Now recently, Spider-Man has been seen tampering with these very towers.
This is one of Mom's earliest projects. We were trying to develop a bacteria that would dissolve all the plastic in the oceans. But well, she ran out of time. Like, if you have any ideas, it would really mean a lot.
With some genetic tweaking, I might be able to crack it. But I need a better equipped lab. And the bacteria only lives in liquid environments. Wait, my web fluid. I can keep the bacteria alive in my web cartridge. ESU should have the chemicals I need to increase its power. Oh man, the bacteria dissolved my web. It's in the cartridge for the webs I swing from. The other kind should be okay. Now I have to get to ESU without swinging from anything. Well, I'm getting a heck of a workout. Gotta hustle. I don't know how long this bacteria stays viable. This is good practice for if my web shooters ever malfunction. You'd think these people never saw a guy jogging on walls. Okay. By law, they have to dispose of their chemicals in these containers. Should be some stuff I can use. All set. Now I have to get to Dr. Octavius's lab to combine everything. I'd just take the subway, but the bacteria won't survive that long. Okay, now I just need to grab the bonding agent. Cool. Logic controller for the microcables Doc's been theorizing. These things are awesome. So much more versatile than traditional fixed-axis designs. Simple AI that'll improve the prosthetic's functionality over time. Welcome to the future. Now the prosthetic has a tiny brain. Cool. Doc dove right in with the intracranial interface. Revolutionary, but not 100% stable. We need to refine this design. And now the industrial centrifuge that'll get the bacteria out of my web fluid so I can store it properly. Just need to isolate the bacteria. Beautiful. I think I improved the bacteria. But I can only tell for sure back at Harry's research station. Should have my web swinging back. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, sweet web swinging. I'll never take you for granted again. I hope this works. I remember when Harry's mom started the project. It meant so much to them both. Where there's a web, there's a way. There's the testing receptacle, full of plastic. Let's see what happens. It's working. Not as fast as I'd hoped, but better than before. Probably needs further testing. It didn't get all the plastic, but it's a big step forward. Enough for Oscorp to keep working on it. They'd win the Nobel Prize. And it wouldn't hurt their stock price either.
Chase in progress. Officers needed at Tribeca. Please copy.
We're citizens of the Earth!
Now, friends, you know I'm always open to differing points of view. So after a police officer called me out on social media for being too hard on Spider-Man, and it went viral and people just wouldn't shut up about it, I agreed to a debate. Officer, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, so me and my guys went to shoot out with some desperate characters who had nothing to lose.
Showing off. Young man, I will pull this car over right now.
Go Spider-Man! Everybody focus to the next bit!
Now that's just not. More crooks? This fight's going viral.
How I thought today was gonna go.
So much for the gang that couldn't drive straight.
station's one of my pet projects. I always thought the cellular network was vulnerable to terrorist attacks, so I set this up to monitor it. Can you do me a favor? Look for anything suspicious?
Uh-oh. It's not terrorists, but there's a glitch in the system that's causing interference. And if I don't fix it, it'll bring the whole network down. Right now, it's only affecting the most sensitive equipment, like mine. I need to stay outside the areas of interference while I fix the cell towers. There. I set my lenses to show me the danger zones. Gotta fix the cell towers before the whole city's comms go down. That's the downside of all the tech in my mask. That hurt. One down. But I'll need to fix 3 more to solve the problem. Bet I can use those helicopters to swing. So much depends on cellular networks now. A crash would affect police, hospitals. It'd be as bad as a blackout. Gotta hurry. Soon the whole system's gonna go. Felt like my eardrums were gonna burst. And soon that'll happen to everyone. Got it. The job's only halfway done. Can't waste a second. Getting to be a tight squeeze. Bam! Now New Yorkers can share their domestic disputes on the subway again. And emergency services are safe, which is, also important. If the network had crashed, it would have cost Oscorp a bundle to fix their comms. They'll want to keep this station up and running. Harry's project should be safe.
Savvy listeners don't need me to tell you that the Demon's cult, gang, terrorist organization, all the above apply, is out of control. We have a survivor of one of their brazen attacks on the line. Go ahead.
I was home, in my building, when we got word there were demons on the roof planting bombs. We had to evacuate, but we also heard there were snipers waiting to pick us off if we tried to leave.
Despicable. Fortunately, the police and the bomb squad handled the situation.
And Spider-Man, he...
Jared, cut the call! Sorry. Hard to hear when we're talking over each other. Clearly someone traumatized by a terrifying experience. For resources to help with PTSD, go to our website. Another public service from J. Jonah Jameson.
her again.
Bet you're wondering why I'm back in the game. Straight and narrow just got boring. My target number's 50 million. Nice round number, don't you think?
Hello, cat.
But if you catch me before I hit my goal, I'll give it all back and go straight. My future's in your hands, Spider.
What's the situation at Bryant?
Need reinforcements at Outpost Foxtrot. We're taking fire.
One of Howard's pigeons. It's getting away.
Oh, Spider-Man, you're a prince. I just found Vanessa in the loft.
I love these names. Is Sandra happy to see them back?
Well, actually, she's not with us anymore. Cancer, you know.
Howard, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Life's for living, not moping. First thing she told me after the diagnosis. Gotta remind myself of that every now and again. Keep looking, will you? Finding the rest of these birds would really mean a lot. Thanks, Spider-Man.
Additional units requested immediately to contain multiple hostile vehicles. Additional officers needed in Times Square. Over.
It isn't my favorite band of merry masked psychopaths. Here's your stuff. Uh-oh. Bomb in the truck. Gotta neutralize it. Oh, I get it. You demons have backup waiting just up the street to make me think I'm winning and then dash my hopes, right? Bet you 10 to 1 those guys didn't even have licenses.
The masked terrorists have taken a bus hostage. Incident is active near Times Square. Proceed with caution.
We do not wish to harm these people. We are an order of peace, tranquility, and balance.
more brutal. I can't believe Martin Lee is really behind all this.
My husband thanks you. My kids thank you. You are.
Get out of here, Spider-Man! We've got this!
Thank you so much. Spider-Man!
Always eat your vegetables.
So, we installed energy-saving LED billboards all around this area. This station monitors how they're performing. I'm just hoping it saves enough money that Oscorp keeps this program going.
Typical. Oscorp ignored the specs and jacked up the voltage going into the billboards. If I don't fix it, they'll explode. People could get hurt. And it would definitely be the end of this station. I need to use my electric webs to shock the screens into shutting down. And I don't have long to do it. Gotta hit each screen individually. Someone should really bring back sign painting. Phew. Now that the threat's passed, they can adjust the billboards properly. And they did save a lot of money, which seems to be Oscorp's priority, so I bet this station's in the clear. Felicia's close to her goal. I've got to put an end to this, and fast. This area's full of Wall Street guys. Target-rich environment. Aha! She's obviously familiar with these places. And that gives me an idea how to catch her.
Attention agents, this is Control. What's our status in Lincoln?
Demons are firing on TCP Bravo. Need backup.
Hey, can we solve this peacefully if I brought you cupcakes? Gloves up! And we're done. I think I lost him. I'm sure you do, tough stuff. Sable's struggling to hold their own against the demons. Bad sign.
We're a little roughed up. Checkpoint's back up.
There's a pigeon. It's getting away. I wonder if pigeons eat spiders. Boy, they really didn't want me going in. Which means I'm going in. Booyah! MJ, I'm at the third location. Apparently it's casual mask day at the office.
Finally, a job where you'll fit right in. Until you start with the face kicking.
Yeah, I have a feeling HR's not gonna be too happy with me.
我们的装备主义鹰长准对吗？任何反对老板的军队就是鸽子。这种事换就是我一定是绷得太紧了。我累了，要换班了吗？
他会想藏我们。就是鸽子。上路了！拿定，接住起来，拿下他的软手。躲开！什么
Hey, understudies! The role of homicidal demons will now be played by more homicidal demons! Reinforcements! Unless you're just Natalie dressed paparazzi? Yeah, I didn't think so.
That location's a clearinghouse for donations to Lee's charities. Clothes, books. They're trucked in from drop boxes all over town.
Sounds like a perfect distribution network for drug running. Which it looks like is their real priority. How do you backup guys get here so fast? I know it's not the 6th train. More demons! How do you guys tell each other apart? I mean, there's only so many mask variations. MJ, I've got the place locked down.
Great. I'll call in an anonymous tip. I bet if the police check out those drop boxes, they'll find something more interesting than secondhand jeans.
Try hitting me! Spoiler, I hit back. Live by the beatdown, die by the beatdown.
Thank you!
This is one of my labs that monitors water quality. Any nasty stuff gets in, it tells you. I wanted to check on it myself, but there's just never enough time.
Feels like Harry's not telling me something. I hope he's okay. That algae's already killing fish. And if I don't stop it, it'll work its way up the food chain fast. I whipped up a virus that'll attack it in Harry's lab, but I need a sample of the algae to make it work. Got it. Now I need to crack the cell walls, and the only way I can do that in time is with G-force. The quick and dirty way to apply G-force is jump off a tall building, and the tallest one around is Oscorp. I wish I could do this in a lab, but there's no time. Jump the gun. Got it! Now I just have to do it again. Got enough. Good work! Now if I can just keep from throwing up. There. And it's tailored to the toxic algae. Won't hurt normal plant life. Which is good, because a park without plants is just a vacant lot.
So, numerous witnesses saw Spider-Man swinging through Times Square like the glory hound he is, firing webs at electronic billboards and causing them to reboot. Granted, those billboards are an eyesore. In my day, sign painting was an art. But the more pressing question is, what was he up to? I have a theory. He is infecting these billboards with a virus so that they will subliminally hypnotize pedestrians. Hypnotize them into what? Into liking Spider-Man! And he's been doing it for years! This is the only plausible explanation for how many fans this menace seems to have!
Taking you home, buddy.
This is Stable Control. Need a status update on the situation in Yorkville.
We're making our way over from here.
And that's that. Every crime tower in the city's now repaired.
Pretty good work, right?
Pretty good, yeah.
Good enough that maybe you'd let a certain someone celebrate with us?
Fine, but make it quick.
The odds were long, the danger close. But between Spider Cop's reckless intuition and the Chief's determined planning, they got the job done.
Aw, that's kinda sweet.
A pairing of opposites, like peanut butter and chocolate, or breakfast for dinner. The two work together.
And we're done. Talk to you later, Spider Cop.
She's coming around, right? Yeah, definitely. Felicia's leading me on a chase, but that's what's gonna help me find her. By feeding all the past locations into an algorithm, I can narrow down her likely point of origin. Bam. I was too late to stop her here. But one or two more locations should give me enough data to pinpoint her hideout.
All units, masked terrorists reportedly have an armed bomb. Officers needed in the vicinity of Vanderbilt.
The raft. When a regular maximum security prison just isn't enough.
civilians trapped in their vehicles. Officers near Vanderbilt, be advised.
You asked for it! Never touches the ground.
Sorry, Spidey.
Got it.
Spider-Man, you don't need...
Folks, you know I'm not one to promote conspiracy theories. Except ones I think are worthy of further discussion, like this one. I've heard reports of Spider-Man hovering around radio towers. At first, I thought he was sabotaging them. But a far more alarming possibility came to mind. In his misguided delusion that he is protecting us, is he hacking into all our conversations? Business meetings, credit card transactions, those personal calls with the wife when you're on a long, lonely book tour. I mean, when one is on a book tour, I wasn't talking about myself. I don't do that sort of thing, and anyone who thinks they have recordings of me doing it is wrong.
All units advised. Witnesses are reporting armed mugging. Any officers near Firehouse, please copy.
Hey, Pete. Now, this station tracks GPS chips deployed around the city on birds and other wildlife. It collects data on the environment, which Mom wanted, and helps improve GPS on Oscorp tech, which Dad wanted. So, it's actually probably safe. You know what, bud? I should have remembered to tell you not to bother with this one.
Hey, the tech here might help me track my missing Spider-Bot. Those things are too expensive to lose. Okay, I boosted the tracking signal on my other Spider-Bot. Now it can track its brother. I lost the other bot's signal in the park, so that's where I'll need to drop this one. Nothing unusual, just taking my Spider-Bot for a walk in the park. You know, like you do. Okay, it's following the pings from the other Spider-Bot. Let's see where it takes us. I wonder if a kid picked it up and took it home. It is way better than any toys on the market. Yeah, I told the AI to test it in narrow areas, so this pipe makes sense. Oh no, I hope it didn't get run over. New York drivers have no respect for the crosswalk. Looks like it made it quite a ways. proximity alarm? What? And if I startle the bird, it'll drop the spider bot and break it. This pigeon's strong. Someone didn't skip wing day at the bird gym. Finally, its nest. Wait, that's the other spider bot. I busted a feathered kleptomaniac. Now that I know where they both are, time to mount a rescue mission. Harry really did me a solid that time. Wish I could thank him. I got some work to do on these spider bots before I can send them back out into the world again.
Disable control. What's the situation in Colombia?
Control. Rooftop outpost under fire from demons.
Masterpiece. Demons are Hey, rooftops are for barbecues, not firefights. A look of appreciation on the Sable guys is all the reward I need. Or is that constipation?
Are we in danger?
All units, assistance needed for...
Every day.
All units, we are receiving reports of a live bomb in the area. Backup needed in Bloomingdale.
Oh, no, there it goes! Hey, slow down! Man, I wish I spoke pigeon. Taking you home, buddy. Hey, Is this roof taken?
有人入侵！你的我们的力量！
So much for the opening act. Main event's inside. Let's dive right in. MJ, I'm at the 4th place on your list. They're not even trying to pretend they're legit.
It's just sad when criminals don't take pride in their work anymore. I'll see what I can find out.
我累。金真的有2星？是啊，真宠幸他。怎么了？他偷了老板的钱，为了把家人从中国带过来。偷？那有可能是老板要花了。
Sleep it off.
这也太安静了，召集其他人。让我们尝尝你能撑多久！ 怎么做到了？全部留情！要把炸成碎片！快后悔了
Oh no! Stockbrokers! Oh, phew! Just noticed the masks.
你没办法赢！你笑啊！
Yay, new guys! I'm sure you'll do way better than these guys just like you who I wiped the floor with.
Peter, that business is listed as an importer of computer parts.
Huh. I didn't know they'd started making laptops out of guns.
So it's an armory?
Not for long. I'm about to get some payback for Jeff Davis and everyone else they killed at City Hall. More of them! Good! I meant to ask you, how do you deal with sneezing in your masks? Big problem for me.
我们需要支援！蜘蛛侠，时机到了！把他打起来！我要反驳他！真力与我们！
Hey, more guests! Come in, grab a chair! We're playing charades! MJ, everything's quiet here now.
You didn't get too carried away, did you? What they did was horrible, but you're not.
Yuri, this place is full of fist guys with suspicious bulges. Guns! And I'm talking about guns, obviously.
I can't order a raid over bulges.
Just a hunch, but there might be a public disturbance pretty soon.
Everyone's underestimating us. Cops, Spider-Man, Masha,
and live.
Price. In a way, once the boss gets out, it'll be easier.
Even the rats are scared. Everyone knows we're scared.
Trust me. Then you
Then why'd all those solid citizens rub elbows with him on
Try that new Thai place in Hell's Kitchen.
What the hell is this crap?
You're gonna have a bad day.
Gotta keep this place secure until the boss gets out.
I went to college for this.
I'll teach you some respect. I can't punch him if he's in the air. Eat this!
Literally didn't see that coming.
Getting too old for this. Don't let him hit you! No more games!
I don't know. We need some backup.
New Thai place in Hell's Kitchen.
It's Spider-Man! You know what to do. How are you doing that, man? And live. Watch out! You're gonna have a bad day. I'm on the ground. You don't stand sitting us down.
So am I.
More guys? Okay, form an orderly line. I promise I'll arrest everyone.
Can't hit him in the air.
You got this! I'm expecting me to move! This is for the boss! Look out! Shut your mouth permanent! Oh no!
It's sad that when I see a mob rushing toward me, I assume they want to kill me. They always do.
We can't let him beat us.
Spider-Man, Every worker assigned to that site reported winning big in Atlantic City recently.
Quick and dirty way to launder money. Could be where Fisk keeps his cash these days.
We shut it down, we'll really put the squeeze on it. I'm working on a warrant.
Way ahead of you.
Get it!
Reinforcements! Great! I was getting kind of sick of these other guys.
I'll teach you some respect.
More of them! Find someone who cares about you like Willie's guys care about getting kicked in the face, and you'll be golden!
Get out of the way! Like that, Spider-Man! Take him down before he knocks us all out! You're gonna have a bad day! You got this! Like it! Up now, and I'll go easy on you. Maybe. Watch it!
Your people won't have any problems here now.
And Wilson Fisk's problems just keep adding up. Nice going.
How many more Fisk construction sites are there?
None. He had every one of them working overtime to bring in money.
Well, now he's gonna have a tough time keeping his operation running. Which is bad for Fisk and good for New York.
I trust you've enjoyed yourself.
Willie, funny story. I was just at one of your buildings, and you'd be shocked to hear that there were shenanigans of the criminal variety. TLDR, Fisk Construction is closed.
I have other sources of revenue, but you've inconvenienced me, and there will be consequences. My memory's long. My reach is longer.
I should make all the guys who've sworn to kill me fight it out for the privilege.
All units, we have reports of a car crash. Civilians are trapped. Available officers, move in on Manhattanville.
Carl crushed that pedestrian if I don't do something. Just a little more!
Spider-Man! A bunch of guys robbed a bodega and took off doing 80. They caused the wreck.
Whoever caused this wreck is nearby. Need to find and stop them.
Wave to my grandma.
Hot stuff, I'm losing them! Gotta catch up. to tell you this, guys, but I see a lot of driver's ed in your future. Now that's just rude. Here's your stuff. Lee's sending civilians after me now? I'll call this guy an ambulance. Hope they can help him. Felicia's close to her goal, and I've still got way too big an area to search. Gotta narrow it down. Every data point helps. Who she robbed, where they live. Aha! I think Lonesome Pinky lives here. Stealing from a country singer. She's getting creative. But I'm getting closer. One more ought to do it.
All units on alert. We are receiving reports of an active bomb in the area. Incident occurred in Robinson. Over.
Pete, my mom was a big believer in the city's steam heating. It's better for the environment than fossil fuels, but high pressure can lead to deadly explosions. This station was designed to monitor the pressure in specific buildings. Help me show Oscorp it's worth the cost. Please.
Harry's really invested in preserving his mother's legacy. And who can blame him? There's been a sharp rise in the pressure in some nearby buildings. The problem seems to be caused by faulty regulators. I've got to break them off before the pressure gets too high. And the building explodes. The city will replace the regulators I break. There's no time to do this the polite way. Luckily, the regulators are on the exterior. A well-placed web shot should take them out. What do you bet Jameson's gonna lead his show tomorrow with a Spider-Man vandalizes building story? Can't leave any of them. Just takes one to cause a blast. Too many people in these buildings. No time to evacuate. It's up to me. Wrecking these won't cause any serious problems. The city can fix them easily. Luckily, the regulators are on the exterior. A well-placed web shot should take them out. Okay, better head to the roof and make sure the pressure's vented properly. Nary a peep from my spider sense. Everyone's safe. I better get out of here before someone asks me to pay for all this. Sorry!
All units, got a reported break-in.
This station may be safe, because it's helping test an Oscorp military application, cloaking tech. But I don't love using armed drones to test it. Someone might get hurt.
Not if I'm the one who tests it. Let's see if I can integrate the cloaking tech with my suit. Success! Energy field interferes with my web gadgets. Not exactly a keeper. Uh-oh. Those armed drones are malfunctioning. They're dangerous. And the self-destruct signal's not working from here. But cloaked, I can get close enough to trigger the destruct mechanism. That drone didn't go far. I'll download its data before I wreck it, so they can ID the problem. Okay, I need to get within 10 meters of the drone to stop it. And I'll need to be cloaked. Nailed it! Now I've got to go visible again so I can swing to the others. Gotcha!
I knew Jameson was wrong about you.
Boom! Sorry, drone. Pull again so I can swing to the others. Gotcha. Boom! Sorry, drone, but your data lives on. Better you than me. Didn't see it coming, did you? I'm always breaking stuff. Another one bites the dust. Scratch one drone. Are these armed drones even legal? Stealth Spidey strikes again. Stealth mode was fun, but it's not worth losing my webs over. Hopefully, Oscorp will figure out armed drones in Manhattan are not a good idea. But I'm not holding my breath. I think Harry's station is safe. And if they ever work the bugs out, maybe I'll whip myself up a stealth suit. So this is where the party is. Okay, let's see what's happening inside. Geronimo! MJ, I'm at the 5th location. Either there's a weird cosplay thing going on, or it's the demons.
Could be both. They need social lives too.
Well, let's see if I can make some new friends. Or enemies.
我去继续搜查，你觉得不觉得用炸弹令行动更难了？
我恐不质疑老大。如果你够聪明，你也不会质疑。当然不是，我只是说，你是说，你问了你本分以外的问题。谁在那儿？我想多了，我就是希望你别告诉大哥，我不会的。不过相信我，他已经知道了。计划必须成功。谁在那儿？没东西。
Friday night.
我去确认一下，手围有漏洞，好像是蜘蛛侠，就交给我吧。
下场。
谁在那？
Snoring now.
哎，醒醒！糟糕了！ 向我靠拢！喂，我需要帮忙，我来帮你。又是鸽子。今天有
You're in timeout.
哎，醒醒！糟糕了！啊？哪来的？如果他聪明，早就好了。别乱转！
Surprise!
太安静，召集其他人。
一个下场。如果他聪明，早就跑了。
继续抢，别留情，狠狠揍他！这城市需要支援，健身健力，得道伸张，挖他！
打到他！
别让他打着你！
我咬死他！
So I think the new guys have to tag the old guys, and they have to go to their corner, no?
看看你有什么本事！
Be honest, you were all waiting next door until I thought I'd won just to be mean, weren't you?
Peter, it looks like Lee took over a legitimate auto repair business.
Explains where the demons get all their vehicles. Trucks, ambulances.
Exactly. You shut this down, they'll have a tougher time moving from the city unnoticed.
我们全部投降！
快推开，他要中了！
还要扔了！
I would hate to see the group text that got you all here.
这不需要多久。 找吧。
Hold on! Before we start, let me check the maximum occupancy for this place.
哎，快去前车了！
还要扔了！ 三下！一
MJ, I may have just done the opposite of repair at this repair shop.
Don't worry, I'll get the cops down there. They'll clean things up. That's all the places I could link to Martin Lee. We just made life a lot harder for the demons.
And easier for the DA to build a case against him. Thanks, MJ. I owe you dinner.
Ooh, nice. What price range are we talking about?
Any place you want. That has a dollar menu.
Still beats that time you tried to make dumplings.
Okay, this one confounded me for a while. Apparently Spider-Man's been seen throughout the city tampering with steam regulators. Aside from generally being a vandal and a troublemaker, why would he do this? I'll tell you why. Because when the city has to send crews out to fix these problems, they need police to direct traffic around them. That's officers who aren't stopping crime. Which leaves, say it with me, Spider-Man. He's trying to take our brave officers' jobs.
This is Sable Control, requesting status from Museum Mile. Traffic Control Point Charlie, taking fire from demons.
Beautiful. Lovely. I'll help the guys who didn't blow up City Hall. Hey, I'm not with those guys, but I'm still gonna kick your butt. Glad I was here. Demons were gonna overwhelm those Sable agents. You're welcome.
This is Sable Control, requesting status update from Museum Mile. Demons are attacking Outpost Romeo. Send backup.
It's not like Sable International, so are you guys terrorists or criminals? I can't keep it straight. Welcome to the air show. No need to thank me, Sable dudes. Although it's kind of rude you didn't. Doing a little nighttime bird watching?
Well, I was watching for nocturnal raptors in the park when I noticed a bunch of men armed with rifles over at Belvedere Castle.
Thanks for the heads up, Miss,
Stephanie, let me know if I can help. I'll keep an eye on the activities from up here.
Thanks for the assist, Stephanie. Why would armed men be at Belvedere Castle? Got a hunch they're not tourists. Fisk's man, this isn't good. Someone needs a nap.
Boss is sick and tired of you. So am I. Hey, there he is. I'll shut your mouth permanent. Keep him on the ground. Get him.
That's all of them. Let's find out what they were up to. Not sure what's going on here. Wonder if there's any info I can get from this flash drive. Awesome. Stephanie, a bird just stole a flash drive full of evidence. Maybe a pigeon. Is that normal?
It is nesting season, so I'm not surprised. You know, I think there's a nest in the trees just southeast of the castle.
Great, I'll check it out. He's got buddies. Great. Come back with that flash drive, you dirty sky rats!
Try positive reinforcement. You know, pigeons are actually remarkably intelligent.
Remarkably intelligent, huh? Hey, pigeon! Sorry about the dirty sky rats thing. Maybe we can make a deal? Whatever Fisk is paying you in birdseed, I'll double it! Got one. He doesn't have the drive. Fuck this. Never touches the ground. This is it. I've got the drive. Back to the laptop to see what Fisk's men were up to. Looks like they were uploading a worm to the Central Park Wi-Fi system. This could give them backdoor access to a ton of personal data. Come to think of it, even I use this network. Wait, it's still uploading remotely. There must be multiple access points. Stephanie, you're my eyes in the sky. See anything else strange in the park?
I see a pair of horned owls and... oh, more guys at a nearby junction box.
Thanks. Keep a lookout for anything else. I need to get to that junction box before the upload completes. If they can't access the laptop, they can't upload.
I went to college for this.
And you're done.
You don't mess with the kingpin. In here.
Kick his ass! Another cat
Okay, this is almost as exciting as the time I saw 3 chestnut-sided warblers. Hey, I just noticed 2 other junction boxes being hit. Sending you the location.
Thanks for the heads up. I better get moving. 2 more? I never thought I'd say this, but why does Central Park need such strong Wi-Fi coverage? I thought people came here to get away. There they are. I need to keep them away from that box.
If I was you, I'd run. Hack some of this! You got Davey! I'm gonna blow your brains out.
Only 1 more to go.
No one's gonna test me to die. Run out! The hell? Get down! I'll teach you some respect. Bring it quick! You don't mess with the kingpin and live. Try that with me.
There. The people of Manhattan can rest easy knowing that their passwords and cat videos are safe.
Spider-Man? I think they might have seen me.
Oh no. Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Armed men just arrived.
Lock the roof entrance and hold tight. I'm on my way. Need to get to Stephanie before Fisk's men do. She wouldn't be involved if it weren't for me.
They're trying to break down the door.
We know you're working with the spider. Open up!
Nearly there.
Split up and find the girl with the binoculars.
No one.
Guys, Spider-Man's here. Watch your back. There you are. I'm in an ass-kicking move. You got this. I'll fuck you up. You're not bulletproof.
That's all of them. Should check on Stephanie.
Oh, thank you, Spider-Man. That was a little more exciting than my average night of birding.
Hey, thank you. Your eagle eye stopped an incarcerated crime boss from harvesting half the city's personal data.
Not too shabby, huh? Plus, I found a nest of red-breasted nuthatches when you triple kicked that guy in the face. Real beauties, too. You want to check them out?
Thanks, but I think I'll focus on jailbirds for now.
Sable teams, this is Control. Requesting status update from Gracie Mansion.
Control, checkpoint under assault. It's the demons.
Avengers Tower is so cool, but they're never around to use it. I think they're probably somewhere on the West Coast right now. Probably surfing or something.
Just got a tip on a bomb threat. Nearest officer, proceed to Robinson.
Spider-Man, over here!
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I just had to thank you for saving my daughter from those muggers.
When did this happen?
Just now. Busy guy like you. I guess it all blurs together, huh? Near the theater on 126 and Powell. She just called and told me.
Right. Sorry. Happy to help. I'm glad your daughter's safe. Okay, I wasn't anywhere near there. I should swing by and see what's going on. There's the theater, and the crime scene. I better find out what happened. Still alive. So whoever did this isn't a lethal protector. That's promising.
Sorry I missed the action. Thanks for keeping us safe, Spider-Man.
You're back already? I thought you were checking out that fire.
Right. On my way now. Which way was it again?
Last time you went that way. South.
Thanks. I got a little turned around.
No, can't let you through.
Pretend I'm a bad guy.
It does smell like there was a fire in this direction. There's the fire damage. Looks like it got put out quickly.
Hey, Spidey, what'd you do with that fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher, huh? Wonder where he left it.
Sorry, can't let you pass. Quick thinking with that extinguisher, Spidey.
Fire extinguisher, huh?
I think everyone's out safe now. Nice work, Spider-Man.
He used the fire escape. Guess he couldn't copy my web shooters. My doppelganger used a fire extinguisher. Might still be around here.
I met the guy in charge, okay? Just keep moving, right?
He used a fire extinguisher. What type of suppressant is in this? ADP. Pretty standard. And easy to track. He got fire suppressant on him. If I key my lenses to track its chemical signature, it should lead me right to Spider-Man 2.0. He's walking normally. No webs, no powers. Which makes what he's doing suicidal. That guy looks like he's been in a fight. Maybe he knows something.
Come on, man, lay off! I told you everything. The deal's going down on the roof. No lie.
Right, just... you stay out of trouble. Hope I'm not too late. My doppelganger's got some... and he left the drugs. Seems like his intentions are good, even if his methods are nuts. That's him. People seem to like him. Yeah, I mean me. I mean, this is weird.
My pleasure, citizens. Excuse me. I hear someone in need.
Okay, I do not talk like that. Nobody talks like that.
Let him go.
Yeah, right. We'll get even more from Mr. Fisk when we bring him your head.
Whoa, hey guys! I'm not the real Spider-Man!
Not anymore, you're not.
Time to even the odds a little.
Always knew it was more than one guy.
Kill them both!
I've got this. Go!
And Mr. Chance to team up with the real Spider-Man? No way!
You know how to fight!
I'm a black belt. Teach at Chikara Dojo. I just wanted to help you spread the legend, you know?
Yeah, but when you dress like me, you inherit my enemies. And I've got a lot of enemies.
Look out! More of them!
I'll take the ones with guns. You get the rest. You know, if you want to help your community, there's a feast shelter nearby. And I'm sure folks would appreciate free self-defense classes.
Good idea. Gotta admit, I'm starting to see the downside of the suit.
Those rocket launchers? Hi, I'll finish them off.
You need to tell me twice.
Man, that was intense! How do you do it?
One bruise at a time. Look, your heart's in the right place, but if you keep this up, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah, I see that now. Don't worry, I'm hanging up the suit. Spider-Man no more.
Good call. Besides, you don't need a costume to make a difference.
Hey, that's a good line. I'll remember that.
Douglas, this is Sable Control. Boss wants an update on your status. Control, demons are attacking Checkpoint Zulu.
Hey, Pete, do you remember that steam pipe explosion when we were kids? Well, that's what Mom built this station to prevent. It monitors the pressure in the pipes and pinpoints trouble spots.
There's a dangerous pressure buildup happening now. I've got to do something about it fast. Oscorp's satellites take seismic images of what's under the streets. If I hit the ground hard enough in the right spots, they can show me the high pressure points. Pressure like this usually means clogged release valves. Once I find them, I should be able to jar the clogs loose with another ground pound. Got my lenses tuned to the research station. High pressure will show up red, normal is blue. Okay, time to move. I've got to drop onto the street hard to generate enough force. Oops, sorry. Did it! But that's not the only danger zone. I need to locate the other pressure points. Better hit the ground somewhere else to get a reading. I don't have much time. If Oscorp was actually using Harry's station, we'd have found the problem before it got this bad. Of course, if there is an explosion, they'll blame it on Harry. There's the spot. Fixed it. But we're not out of the woods yet. Gotta hurry.
I heard Spider-Man's got some kind of, like, danger.
Always helps to take the pressure off. Wish it was that easy for life in general. Harry's station prevented a major explosion. They can't justify closing it down now. Not a bad day's work.
All units, masked terrorists reportedly have an armed bomb. Available officers move in on Garvey Park.
Bring your children into the room, friends, because I'm delivering a lesson impressionable youngsters need to hear. My guest today is a man who learned the hard way that dressing up like Spider-Man isn't cool. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I wanted to fight crime and help people, and I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I put on a costume like his and tried to do what he does. Boy, was that a mistake. I almost got killed. I'm just lucky the real Spider-Man.
So you're gonna do it? The screwball challenge?
I don't know what that is.
Well, no one does. That's the best part. Just take a picture of the code on the wall and it starts. Easy peasy. It's to help the needy.
Well, in that case... Got it.
SM! You accepted the challenge! Welcome to my stream. BT Dubs, now that you're on board, the views are racking up like crazy! Here's how it works. The Matrix barcode you snapped is sending you the GPS coordinates of another Matrix barcode in the area.
This is starting to sound time-consuming. Sorry, but people need my help.
Ooh, funny you should say that, because this is to help the needy. One in particular. The final Matrix barcode will give you the location of a... wait for it. Kidnapping victim.
What?
I know! Talk about raising the stakes. Oh, isn't she telegenic? Trapped. Helpless. Will she starve? Suffocate? No time to lose. The internet is watching. Ta-ta.
This got dark fast. She's nuts. I have to play along. There's the next Matrix barcode. This one isn't going to be so simple. Got it!
Ooh, snap! Shout out to my fans, some of who just joined my stream and joined Spidey IRL.
Yes!
Has everyone lost their mind?
While we enjoy the action scene, let me read some messages from my squad. Thug Forever says, "Love you, Screwball. You're Dan. So did I.
Too bad, guys. Guess you'll have to go back to the Cinnamon Challenge.
Sorry about that, Spidey. I can't help it if my fans get personally invested. They're passionate. Hashtag blessed.
Did you just say hashtag out loud? That's honestly almost as bad as the kidnapping.
Snapping that code should have sent you the GPS to the next location. You better hurry. Our friend's all alone and, oh, so sad.
There's the other code. Split across 2 buildings. This'll take finesse. Got it!
Now this is totally unofficial, but I'm hearing some of my fans decided to bring you a little care package. I think they're saying you're the bomb. You might want to grab those fast. People could get hurt. Kaboom! Tick tock, tick tock. Are blowing up too. Nice job taking a simple photo, guy. Snapping that one should get you the GPS to our victim. You better save her before our fans get bored. Cause in entertainment, boredom is death.
Address isn't far from here. I need to hurry. Cameras everywhere. This is it. Can you hear me? Hold on, I'm gonna rip the door down.
Oh my god, Spider-Man! I can't thank you enough for the millions of clicks I just got! Wow!
Screwball!
Ha! I know, right? Ah, you should see the look on your creepy moving eye hole thingies. Oh, look! More of my followers!
Screwball! Put us on your feed!
TLDR. I gotta take down this.
Then tell them to stop!
Not how I thought today was gonna go! Better start praying! That thing left her off! Finally, a real fight! Bring it! Left her alone! Quit playing around! You've got superpowers, is that fair? You're gonna pay! Quit moving! This ain't a fair fight!
you going to charge me with? I didn't actually do anything. It was all my fans.
She has a point. Gonna be hard to make anything stick.
For a spider-based hero, I'm really starting to hate the web.
Officers, be advised. We have a reported kidnapping. Nearest officer, please proceed to Hamilton Heights.
Have you ever been driving along, going to work or church, minding your own business, when suddenly, bam, you hit a pothole, damaging your car and ruining your whole day? Well, you know who to blame. Oh, not city bureaucracy. Spider-Man. He's been seen leaping down from great heights to pound the ground with maximum force. Why? There's only one possible reason I can think of. He hates us, and he wants us to be miserable.
All units, we are receiving reports of a live bomb in the area. Report came in from Morningside Heights. Over.
Get the hell out.
Attention units, we've just received a report of a break-in. Any officers near Hell's Stacks, please copy.
Way too many bullets flying over there.
Delivery in progress. Suspects are armed. Approach with caution. Report came in from Clinton. Over.
We reserve the right to refuse service and knock out any criminals. Says so right on the sign.
Hope crime would decline post-Fisk. Might have been too optimistic.
Sorry,
Now, there's
I'm
one
usually
thing
web
I
swinging.
can't abide. It's egomaniacs who use the internet solely to draw attention to themselves. And we just had a real meeting of the minds in that respect, as the online personality Screwball pranked fellow narcissist Spider-Man into an epic snipe hunt that put innocent people in danger. On the one hand, Screwball did show us all just how gullible and reckless Spider-Man is, rushing headlong into dangerous situations without knowing or caring who he'll hurt as long as cameras are on him. On the other hand, Screwball herself is no better. Unlike me, she's not trying to expose wrongdoers like Spider-Man as a public service. She's just in it to promote herself, which I think is absolutely despicable. Now don't go away. Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson will be right back after this important message about how you can buy my book.
Peter! You are not gonna believe what happened. So you know that address you gave me? I went there.
MJ.
I know, but wait.
What is this?
Just listen.